Hello, all. I'm back. Day 2 of 5 days of LinkedIn Profile Makeover Challenge. I hope you all can hear me. I'm going live from my LinkedIn, from my Facebook private community group. And yes, there is something going on at the back of my computer. My son is kind of playing around with things, so that's why I such an abrupt laugh. So sorry for that. You might even have enjoyed it. So great to be back on the day 2 of my 5 days LinkedIn profile makeover challenge. So you might see me doing a lot of impromptu laugh because my son is playing around. Okay, so let's quickly go into, just let me know if you can hear me, where are you joining me from? Are you excited for the day 2? Were you part of day 1 where I talked about your goal, your intention, where you should start from? So I would love to hear from you. So I'll wait for another 5 minutes before I go deep dive into the day 2. I'll go into the comments. Shafat is here. Thank you so much, Shafat, for joining for the day 2. I think so he's joining me from Delhi. Shafat, do let me know where you're joining me from. He was part of my day 1 LinkedIn profile makeover challenge. So great to have you back, Shafat. I'm seeing a lot of new people in the house. Martin is here. Thank you, Martin, for joining from Jensen Joe's. Great to have you in house. Then I have Christine. Hey, Christine, great to have you from Mississauga. Great to have you in the house. Then I have someone from Brampton. Facebook always, Facebook, a private group doesn't allow the username to be visible, but thank you for joining me. I know you're joining me from my private Facebook community of newcomers to Canada Connect group because we are going live there as well. So thank you for joining in. Munir is joining in from Milton. Thank you, Munir, for joining in. Shafat. John is joining me from Nigeria. Wow, I have people all around the world. Great to have global representation in the day 2 of this 5 days LinkedIn profile makeover challenge, specifically for job seekers. And exclusively, I will be sharing additional tips for newcomers to Canada and pre-arrival immigrants, job seekers. Yes, Shafat is joining me from New Delhi. I remembered you, Shafat. Mohammed Fakhruddin is joining me from Dubai. Wow, I have representation from majority continents. That's great. It's like a global show. My name is Surpreet. Great joining Surpreet from my private Facebook Newcomers to Connect. Newcomers to Canada Connect private Facebook community. Great to have you in the house. For someone from Markham, I'm sorry, name is not getting displayed. StreamYard sometimes play funny. Akshat is joining me from Ottawa. So great to have you, Tarun. Thank you, Tarun, for joining me. So great to be really excited to be here on the day 1, on the day 2 of 5 days LinkedIn Makeover Challenge. Day 1 was beautiful. I am so happy. I'm so happy that I pushed myself into doing this 5 days LinkedIn Makeover Challenge. In the first week, yesterday, I was very honest with my audience over here. I didn't plan to do it. It was very impromptu. I had it in my mind somewhere, but because of the holidays, I got into procrastination mode. But then, bang! I heard beautiful person named Mel Robbins, and she pushed me into doing something which really matters to me, which really empowers me, and which really makes me feel good. And I was like, I have to do this. So I started impromptu day 1 yesterday, and this is a planned day 2. And I'm here to continue in teaching you how you should do 5 of your LinkedIn profile sections, which any user, any viewer, when he or she comes onto your profile, they go through specifically a recruiter, they do a 6-second scan of your LinkedIn profile. So I will be teaching you 5 LinkedIn real estates which you should be doing in the right way, so that your visibility or your first impression on the recruiter is lasting, and it's beautifully lasting, where you sell yourself, where you sell your skills, where you sell yourself as a solution provider and not as a job seeker, as someone who is here to solve their company's pain points, where you're selling your skills basically. So I will be talking about 5 sections over the course of next including today, and then till Wednesday. I will be talking about today's agenda is I'll be talking about name and tagline, how you should write your name and what you should be putting in your tagline. So if you don't know any of these sections, stick for next 30 minutes in this live stream. You will know that. Tomorrow, I will be talking about head cover banner, what you should be writing and doing your head cover banner. Fourth day, I will be talking about us section, how you should be writing it intentionally to sell yourself that 2000 character space, how you should use maximum of that real estate to sell yourself as a job seeker, and then featured section. So these are the 5 section I will be covering today. I'm covering 2 sections, which is basically the name and the tagline. So I'll quickly introduce myself, or all of you who don't know, who are joining me for the first time or are interacting with me for the first time. I'm Khatija Qureshi. Personally, I'm a mom of a 7-year-old, and that is my first introduction I gave to anyone, because that makes me happy, and something which makes me happy, that is my introduction. So I'm a mother of a 7-year-old. He is a world to me. I do a lot of things personally and professionally, and he is my, you can say, core of my existence or motivation. Apart from that, professionally, I'm online LinkedIn trainer for newcomers to Canada, pre-arrival immigrant job seeker, and transitional job seeker. So this is my niche in which I specialize in training this section on using LinkedIn strategically, so that they become visible in front of right audience, which is primarily for job seekers, recruiters, and hiring managers, and ideal company people, where they come across as a solution provider with the right specific skills they want to sell. So basically, I help job seekers increase visibility in front of right audience, and I teach job seekers how to connect with the right industry specific people organically. So I teach online relationship process in my paid services online group coaching program, and how you can connect with people organically, because organic relationship building is more sustainable than just mere connection and then ghosting. So this is about me. That is one part of me. Another part of me, I'm a social media consultant for small businesses who help small businesses and corporate individuals shine online using their online personal brand. So this is a little bit about me, but let's quickly go back to the challenge itself. I see a lot of others are joining me as well. I'll quickly pop up. Khan Dikar is joining me from Scarborough. Tarun, hey Tarun, great to have you. Tarun wrote a message to me yesterday that he is a newcomer to Canada, is walking through that path, so he would love some guidance. So I invited him in this LinkedIn live. So great to have all of you here. So I'll do a little bit of a recap, and I will quickly come back to you that whether some of you who are rejoining me have done your homework. Were there any problems, let's not call it problems, were there any challenges which you had in tackling the homework of the day one? So what was day one about in this 5 days LinkedIn Makeover challenge? So I'll quickly go to my StreamYard to display the banner. So basically, day one was all about starting. And what is starting? The goal. You need to define your LinkedIn presence goal, because everything needs to be goal oriented, to make it really, really focused and to follow a structure. You need to have a goal. So, to define a goal, there were two parts which I talked about yesterday, of defining your personal values, which you want to exude as an online personal brand on LinkedIn. And then the second part was, I asked you to think about what space you want to establish, how you want to be remembered for. So I specifically asked the viewers who are joining this challenge to think about what specific dream job title that they want to land after coming here in Canada. So consciously, this might require a little bit of research on your own personal values that you want to exude. Sometimes we go in the moment, and we don't think about things. But here, for this challenge, I want to consciously want you to sit and self reflect on what three, if not three, two personal values which you want to reflect online on LinkedIn, and second, which is your dream job title. And I'm not talking about three or four or five or six. I'm talking about one primary dream job title, and even if you want a secondary one where you can use your transferable skills of your yesterday experiences in origin country, which you can apply here in Canada. And of course, you need to make sure that whatever dream job title, it needs to not only have transferable skills which you can use, but also it needs to have good employability, specifically in the COVID environment, because COVID has shunned few job titles, and it has evolved, or the employability perspective of few sectors have really evolved. So research a little bit about that. So that was day one. So I'm doing a little bit of a recap for all those who are joining me for the first time. So that was the day one homework. So right now, I am assuming that you have done your homework and you're very clear that what are the personal values you want to exude online, and what is the dream job title you want to ultimately and ideally land into, because everything comes trickle down from that step one, because that sets direction to what you will be writing in your tagline, what will be the keywords, what you will be writing in your about a summary section, how you will be visually representing on featured as section. So I want you to, although these are back to back 5 days, but you can always come back to the replay and think about step two once you're done with step one. So right now, I'll assume that you are clear about the dream job title and you're clear about your three personal values that you want to exude on LinkedIn. So let's quickly go into, I'll just want to see comments. How was your day one homework? Were you able to do that? Were there any difficulties you found? Probably I can guide you to the right resources, but probably not now at the end session. But do leave it in the comments below if you need any guidance in any part of day one to-dos. So I don't see comments coming in for the day one feedback. So leave it in the comments below, and I'll catch up on the comments for day one homework if you faced any challenges, and I can provide quick tip of the iceberg resources or tips and tricks on how to overcome day one challenges if you have any. So I will go into day two. But before I go into day two, I would love all of you to engage with this live stream, because I know this can be answer to a lot of job seekers in your network who are struggling with using LinkedIn in a right way. Because ultimately, LinkedIn is a social media platform. It has its own LinkedIn algorithm that you have to work around to come and write LinkedIn recruiter searches. And these 5 sections that I am talking about in a course of these 5 days really will help you not only come and write recruiter LinkedIn searches, but also to impress LinkedIn humans. So I would really appreciate if you could show some heart. There will be emojis at the down of your screen. So show some heart, thumbs up, support sign, because it will help scale this piece of content into your network, and you will be doing a community good for your network by bringing this solution in their news feed. So leave some support over here, so that your community can learn from. So like, celebrate, love, insightful, curious, leave any emoji. This is specifically emojis for LinkedIn users who are watching me, but if you are watching this on YouTube and Facebook private community group, there will be other emojis with you, so you can engage with emojis as per the platform. And as I have mentioned, do leave your questions for day one. If you had any challenges, I'll take them at the end of the session. Okay, so okay, I have a comment coming in. I just joined in. Welcome, whoever has joined in. Name doesn't get displayed because it's a private Facebook community group. So thank you, whoever is there, for joining me. So I'll quickly go into what is coming your way in um, day two. Basically, day two is all about the name, what you should write in your name field, and what should you write in your headline. Some people refer to it as tagline. So where does the name gets displayed and where does the headline gets displayed? I'll quickly show you the snapshot of my LinkedIn profile. This is a snapshot of my LinkedIn profile. Basically, this is your LinkedIn home. This is your LinkedIn identity. This is where you're breathing life to your name. So the name field come, you can see the green arrows. This is my Khatija Qureshi. I have written, LinkedIn has introduced a feature that you can upload a voice note, audio version of how you pronounce your spelling. And this is a blessing in disguise. I can say that from immigrant perspective, that a lot of time people don't pronounce my name correctly. And I completely understand that, because this is a multicultural country where immigrants form a major part of population from different parts of the world. So pronunciations can be different, because the first language of immigrants can be different. So I completely understand that, but this feature of having a voice note is great. And then I'll be talking about the headline. This is the headline I'm talking about, where you can see I have written teach LinkedIn to new to Canada with empathy, LinkedIn branding for executive, newcomers to Canada and pre-arrival immigrants development, social media strategy, content creation for small businesses. So basically, I'll be talking about this headline or tagline and what you should write in your name as per LinkedIn standards. So I will quickly undo this. So I just wanted to let you know the spaces, what I'm referring to, before I go into insights on how you should be doing it. Okay, so let's quickly take feedback from you. What do you think? I'll take the first part, name. What do you think? I see a lot of people using some special characters, symbols, some of, specifically for newcomers to Canada and pre-arrival immigrants, I see a lot of people writing some extra stuff like open to new opportunities, already have a Canadian PR, landed, available for job opportunities. So what do you think? What should be there? I want to first listen to you, so that if there is any specific guidance around any concept, probably I can give you more customized one apart from what I had prepared for you. So do leave it in the comments below if you have any questions. What should be an ideal name? What you should write in the name field? Or apart from that, any other, what I'll be sharing is the best practices and LinkedIn standards. But apart from what I shared, if you have any other question about what you should put about the do's and don'ts of names, do ask me questions in the comment below. So I'll quickly go into what you should be writing in the name. And I had a slide prepared for you for this. Okay, so this is what you should be writing, and this is according to the LinkedIn standards. The first point is adding anything in the name field. No, you should not put just anything in the name field. As per the LinkedIn standards, uh, of course, ideally you should have your first name and your last name. Basically, the idea is to make it easy for your audience to find you. That is the simplest thing, because in the LinkedIn search bar, or even in the Google search bar, or any search engine in the world, if you are putting whatever first or last name in your resume for your audience, which is your recruiter and hiring managers, you need to make it really, really simple for them to find you. So ideally, your first name and your last name, whatever you have put up in your other marketing job search tools, that is what you should be putting in your name field. Over and above, LinkedIn says because they don't have another field related to suffixes. Suffixes can be something, for example, you have done any certification, or you have got any degree which you really want to sell yourself. So because LinkedIn doesn't have a separate field for suffixes, so LinkedIn says that you can add suffixes with, after your first and your last name, add suffixes as well in the name field. And this advice is only coming from LinkedIn because right now they don't have a separate suffixes field. Probably in future, when they add that field, probably this advice will be taken away. But as of right now, what should come in your name field should be first name, last name, and you can add suffixes after your last name in whatever you have earned. For example, PhD or MD, or for example, PMP. If you're an HR professional, there are a lot of local certifications which are highly in demand when it comes to employability perspective. So CHRP, HRPA. So whatever suffixes you want to add it after your last name. That is LinkedIn recommendation. And when it is LinkedIn recommendation, means that is how you will make yourself favorable to LinkedIn algorithm to come in recruiter searches. You need to increase your visibility, and you can only increase your visibility when you're good friends with LinkedIn algorithm, and when you're good friends and you create a good impression with LinkedIn humans who come onto your profile. So you have to be friends with both of them, algorithm to come in the searches, and LinkedIn humans to take a holistic good impression of you. Over and above, LinkedIn says that you can add former names, maiden names, any famous nicknames in your name field. Idea is, as I said, to make it easier for people to find you. So if, for example, my real name is Khatija Qureshi, but as a brand, I'm famous, or people know me by certain other maiden name, let's say KQ or KJ. So probably you want to add that as well. So, and a lot of time, specifically for newcomers to Canada, I have seen, like in my community, they do change their names as well to make it easier. So basic idea is add names in the name field, which makes it easier for your audience to find you. That is the only reason. Also, don't add any personal information in the name field. Don't put your email addresses, phone numbers, symbol numbers, and I'm going to put off this. And don't put any special characters. I do see, specifically, I'll talk about newcomers to Canada and pre-arrival immigrants. They do put up their email addresses. They do put up symbols, sometimes special characters. And I see right now, I'm frequently seeing people writing half permanent residency or have landed, open to new opportunities. There is a way of working around with ONO, open to new opportunities, and probably I can cover this up in day 3 or day 4 when I will talk about head cover and about a summary. But in the name field, I have told you what you should write so that LinkedIn algorithm picks you. And these are the suggestions coming directly from LinkedIn. I'll again repeat, have simple first and last name. You can add suffixes, which increases your employability, because recruiters also search for talent based on certain keywords as well. So you can add suffixes, add any other name which makes it easier for you to be found out, but don't add any personal information like email, phone number, special characters or symbols. For personal information, email and phone numbers, there are specific fields where you can display this. So don't waste this real estate to not speak to LinkedIn algorithm. You want your name feel to speak to LinkedIn algorithm to come in the right recruiter searches. So that is it for the first part of today. I will quickly come to the questions. If you have any questions regarding this slide, please let me know. I'm coming quickly to you and showing my beautiful face. If you have any questions, please let me know and I'll quickly take. So whatever Munir is saying that, okay. Munir is saying it should be the first and the last name, and if professional, tag PMP. Exactly, you are right, Munir. I just shared LinkedIn best practices and standards, which they have shared as do's and don'ts, and you are pretty bang on that. So good job. I have a question from Tarun. Should we mention BE, MBA? Also, should we use capital letters? Does it make sense? Okay, Tarun, my answer to your question would be that if you're talking about the suffixes in terms of certifications, so yes, you have the modus operandi is that whatever way that certification is written by the original certification company, you need to write that. For example, I know one certification, the first one is capital and the other following words are lower caps. So whether it should be upper caps or lower caps, will be defined by the certification body. So for example, PMP, project management, it's a project management certification by PMI. So PMI writes it as PMP. So you have to infer that. So suffixes and certification how it should be written in upper caps or lower caps will definitely be dictated by the issuing authority. Okay. Tarun is saying capital letters for name. Okay, Tarun, capital letters for name. Okay, this is I would say suffixes. I've answered you. For name, this is a new trend or a new finding which has come out, and I do follow LinkedIn experts who do a lot of data analytics. So LinkedIn algorithm changes like really fast, and this year LinkedIn algorithm has changed really. So the idea is for you to stand out in whatever way you can in the searches, because when you're talking about algorithm and what algorithm throws in terms of outcome, for example, for the keywords, when somebody like recruiters uses what is a module known as LinkedIn Recruiter. So if they are using keywords and that LinkedIn Recruiters is throwing the results of candidates, so it doesn't show the complete profile. It shows the first 20 or 40 characters or 5 characters of each of the sections. So the idea is that usually to stand out in that outcome of sheets which have loads and loads of names and text written, is that everybody uses upper caps, lower caps, lower caps in the names. So if you want to stand yourself out in that result which has loads of text, is use the capital letters. And that is what I learned from a LinkedIn expert by name of Andy Foods. He did some data-driven research and also some outcomes of LinkedIn searches. So this is a way of standing out in that LinkedIn outcome of research. So again, should you be using capital letters for name, not for suffixes? Capital letter for name, again, it's your personal choice. I have given you a data-driven insight from one of LinkedIn expert I follow myself, Andy Foods. He has suggested, and I have experienced this myself, that if you go in LinkedIn searches, I'm not talking about LinkedIn recruiter searches, it's more comprehensive and it's more robust. But if you go and experiment yourself and put any, like, let's say social media strategies. So I have used social media as in my profile, and I want to pop out in the recruiters, in the searches. So if the list is displayed, everybody else is writing in upper caps and lower caps, but mine is in upper caps, so I stand out more, like in a quick 6-second scan. So again, it's your personal choice. I have given you a data-driven insight, which I even learned, and I am using it, and I know I'm standing out. So it's your personal choice, but insight I have left you with. Okay. Munir is saying to take advantage of your presence. How do you see my title and headline? Is it an acceptable range? Okay, Munir, I'm not doing. I feel you're asking me to see your name and headline. Right now, I can only see your name. I can. I'm not doing a profile audit or giving one-on-one. You can reach out to me separately in DM, and I can quickly send you quick messages on that. But what I see, you have used Munir Sumro and PMP. So exactly this is what LinkedIn standards are. PMP is definitely one of the certifications which can be a part of keyword research, and it can be a part of a job description which recruiter is looking for in terms of finding talent. So you can get into talent pipeline and come in front of right people because of having this PMP at the right sections, not only in the name, but also you can repeat that if it's one of the keywords in other sections as well. um, so Munir, got it. Thank you. Great. Okay, so I'll just quickly move on to the headline part of what you should write in the headline or the tagline. Do leave in the questions in the comments if you have any questions. As I'm saying, in the day one homework is setting direction of your LinkedIn presence. I'm again and again repeating because you need to know your personal values that you want to display on LinkedIn. And second, you need to know how, for what job title you want to be known, liked, and remembered for. Because if you don't have that clarity, I can tell you day 2, day 3, day 4 steps will go down, will be wasted, I will say, because I want you to be intentional and structured and attract the right audience. And that will only come when you know where you want to go. And where you want to go as a job seeker, you need to know the job title, right? Because job title will help you in defining the certifications and defining the skills you want to sell yourself online as, how you want to be remembered for, because all of that day one homework influences what you will be putting as meat in name, in headline, in about us and featured us section. So please take day one homework really seriously. So if you have any questions about day one homework, please leave it in the comments below. I'll quickly move to the headline now. And what do you mean by headline? I'll quickly share it. Okay, so if you can all see over here, that's my son. He is joining in the house. I started with him. Okay, yeah, you can show your beautiful face. Yeah, you can come and say hi. Hi. Yeah, I introduced him. I introduced myself. He is the core of my existence. Okay. Hi. Okay, so coming back. So yes, he do make guest appearances in my lives. That's the new COVID trend, right? Okay, so let's quickly go into the tagline. So tagline placement in the profile, you can see it's exactly below the name. And earlier it was 120 characters, but if you're using your desktop, it is now 220 characters. So LinkedIn has got generous with this. Okay, I will teach you some of the best practices I feel can really help you, but you can experiment with other best practices with other experts also, Kev, and I will tell you that as well. So I will leave you with options and you decide what fits in your circumstance. Okay, so let's quickly go back to the tagline, what you should write in the tagline. And I just want to quickly go to my banner. Okay, so in the tagline or the headline, which gets displayed just below the name, you have to write how you want to be remembered for. That's it. Headline is that in a scan, what should the viewer remember you for? That's exactly what you should write in tagline. That is first. Second is that you want to be not only be remembered by the LinkedIn human who is coming onto your profile, but also you want to be remembered by LinkedIn algorithm to bring that LinkedIn human onto your profile, right? So to satisfy first LinkedIn algorithm, you need to infuse what is known as keywords. Now, a lot of you might be saying, Khatija, what is keywords? Okay, keywords is basically the title, the job title, which I said is really important. The job title that you of your ideal dream position that you want to fill in, industry that you are targeting, or expertise. By expertise, I mean the certifications, the skills which are needed in that position. So basically what you are doing, you are infusing in these three things in tagline, so that when a recruiter or a hiring manager's first of all, when somebody is searching for someone, you speak to your profile, speaks to LinkedIn algorithm, and you come in their LinkedIn searches. And then when the LinkedIn human is scanning that LinkedIn search, that tagline will catch your profile's attention, because you're using the words that they are looking for. Recruiters look for keywords. They don't probably they would not even be bothered about your name at first in the LinkedIn search. They are literally picking up and scan the keywords which they find out from their job description. So I would heavily say, please infuse keywords. And what are keywords? Title, industry, or expertise that you want to be known based on your job title, and you want to be remembered for. That is the first thing. Second thing is that the tagline that you can make can be just the keyword and then the divider, then the keyword, then the divider, or it can be a short slogan where you are infusing a little bit of your unique features. And here you can infuse in your personal values as well. Again, I'm leaving it to you, but these are some of the ways in which you can stand out from another person who is targeting the same job title. So what does it tell about me? Ask this question to you. So if you go to your tagline, just quickly go to your tagline and see that is your tagline keyword rich? Is your tagline telling your viewer what you want them to remember you for? So these are primary two questions you should ask. And I think so Munir was asking me, can you give me a feedback? So I'm leaving you with a checklist of two questions. These two questions, go back to be a student and be your own teacher. I'm leaving you with these two questions. If the answer to these questions, Munir, is yes, your tagline is perfect. So again, what does it tell about me? So I want you to ask further questions like, does it show my professional brand? By professional brand, I mean that I've already told you in day one that recruiters and hiring managers are looking for a good cultural fit. So they are not only looking at the keywords and technical skills, but also they are taking a holistic impression of you on your personal values as well, so that you are a good cultural fit. So remember that, does this show your professional brand? Does it show a little bit of your unique values that you can bring in? Because I can be a social media strategist, there can be another social media strategist. Our both profiles are keyword rich with technical skills, but I am standing out with something unique which I bring on table because of my unique self. Probably I'm really good with number behavior. Like I have a key eye on number analytics. So that can be my expertise. Or probably I'm really emotionally intelligent. So what I'm trying to say is that you can create short slogans infusing in the keywords of title, industry, and expertise. These are functional attributes, but also you can infuse some unique skill that makes you stand out as a social media strategist versus another social media strategist. So does your tagline or your headline show your professional brand? Why you are unique? You can use this real estate to sell yourself as a unique social media strategist versus another social media strategist. Does it capture what a recruiter will care about? So these three questions also answer this, and Munir, I think so. You asked me to review your headline. So I've left you with 5 questions. So if your answer to all of this is yes, you are bingo bang on your headline. So that is it from my side on the headlines and the names. If you have any questions about the headlines, I'll just quickly go to my headline and I want to show how you can do slogans and how you can probably do um, the keywords which okay. So if you look at my tagline, you can easily find out what are my keywords. My keywords are basically LinkedIn, new to Canada, um, branding, pre-arrival immigrants, social media strategy, content creation, small businesses. Because I did my introduction to you that I wear 2 hats: social media consultant for small businesses and online LinkedIn trainer for new to Canada and transitional job seekers. So these are my keywords, and I've infused this in a slogan like. In a short slogan like teach LinkedIn to new to Canada with empathy. Empathy makes me unique. There can be other teachers out there or other coaches out there who are unique in their own way, but my uniqueness as a coach is that I really understand what my student needs are. I really go deep dive into what are their emotional and functional needs, and I try to answer and serve them around that pain point. I really feel for my audience. So that is my uniqueness. Or you can do, apart from the short slogan, you can also do the keywords, like just the keyword, then the divider, like the way I'm doing at the later part when I'm introducing myself as a social media strategist. So, social media strategy, divider, content creation for small businesses. So, again, slogans or keyword divider, keyword divider. So it's I'll leave this to you how you want to do the short slogan, or just you can put keyword divider, keyword divider. Okay, that is it from my side for day 2. What I'm leaving you with is basically a free resource that I have developed, and it has been used by a lot of newcomers to Canada and pre-arrival immigrants, and they have literally benefited from it. So it's basically a 30-minute to 40 minutes video where I'm answering frequently asked questions for newcomers to Canada and pre-arrival immigrants. One of the frequently asked questions, and the advice is highly tailored to new to Canada community. And also you will hear from a pre-arrival immigrant who has been a student of mine, how he used LinkedIn strategy based on the 3-step process which I teach, and how he got job inquiries while he was in India. He is due to land on January 4th. Well, he is landing tomorrow. So you will hear his story as well, and he is also sharing some tips and tricks. So I've left the link of that in the description of my of this broadcast. Otherwise, you can also visit my website learn.khadijaqureshi.com to have access to this free resource. I highly recommended. Do go and see this. And I'll just quickly share one of a testimonial for this free resource. Harpreet says that there are so many goodies in this hour-long video. Thank you so much for keeping the resource free for us. I really appreciate it. Harpreet, I mentioned her in day 1 as well. She is a newcomer to Canada, and she has been following me, and I really appreciate her getting that doer spirit of learning from whatever I am bringing to you through LinkedIn Live, through my posts. So you can use any and every medium that I'm bringing to you in terms of my posts, in terms of my lives. You can get into my coaching program. So world is the limit, but what's important, I want you to get into action mode. This is a new year. All newcomers to Canada and pre-arrival immigrants, or even transitional job seekers, use this time to get intentional. And once you're intentional, whatever tools you use towards getting that focused goal will all be workable. Your ROI, your return on investment, would be so high with that focused approach. So that is it from my side. And what I ask you to do although this is a free 5-day challenge, I'm not attaching any sales pitches to it, but I'm just asking you to share this content. This can really help a lot of job seekers, specifically newcomers to Canada and pre-arrival immigrants. They are Every day I see them making some unintentional mistakes which Canadian executives don't like, and that's why I hear every day from newcomers to Canada that they are getting ghosted. People are not replying back to their messages because you're not doing certain things right. So please do share this piece of content, whatever you learned out of it. In a reshare, you can write it what you really liked about this. Engage with this piece of content, because until unless you impress the LinkedIn algorithm, this will not scale to your community. Over and above, you can also follow my hashtag, which is hashtag KQ shares. And whatever I do in all these 5-day challenge, you can find it by going to LinkedIn search bar. Just write the hashtag, and everyday challenge will come. Not only 5-day challenges will come in front of you, but also 2 years of beautiful LinkedIn content that I have developed. So you can take advantage of my 2 years of content there. So just use this hashtag, go in LinkedIn search bar and click enter. And whatever I have been doing and creating posts and doing LinkedIn Live, it will come to you. It's all upon you to take action. As Mel Brown says, don't life is not about taking chances, it's about making choices. So you coming here and listening to this broadcast on day 1, day 2, it's your choice for you to accelerate in your job search over here. So that is it from my side. I'll quickly go to the comments and I'll answer if there are any questions. Otherwise I'll take a day off because I have gone 10 minutes up. I don't want to keep you waiting because I know it's a weekend. Okay, Tarun is saying thank you. Monir is saying got it, thanks. Tarun is saying hey, sunny boy. Okay, great. You all are networking with each other. Perfect. Monir is saying it was really helpful. Thank you all for joining in. Tarun is saying thank you. Thank you all for joining in. I will see you tomorrow, 12 p.m. In day 3. And what is day 3 all about? Your head cover banner. What you should be doing in your head cover banner to literally stand out in a 6-second recruiter scan. So that is it from my side. Have a beautiful Sunday, or whatever day it's happening, or whatever time it's happening in your part of the world. Have a beautiful time ahead. I'll see you tomorrow, 12 p.m. EST. Bye.